You've been watching play-by-play video coverage of NCAA Division II basketball featuring the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference and your Shepherd University Rams. You've been watching play-by-play video coverage of NCAA Division II basketball. The following is a sports broadcast presentation of TV 10 Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of NCAA Division II basketball featuring the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference and your Shepherd University Rams. Today's play-by-play video coverage is being brought to you by Hagerstown Ford. We deliver to your home. Ford of Hagerstown.com. Panhandle Dumpsters, because you have a choice. PanhandleDumpsters.com. The Mirius Group. Start planning for a brilliant future. The Joe Ferretti Law Office in downtown Martinsburg, delivering first-rate service and results for our clients. Green Tree Realty, a great place to call home. Jackie Lewis Broker. GreenTreeRealty.com. Mike Folk for Governor. Accountable, ethical, responsible. Folk4WV.com. And by Smallwood & Small, an Erie affiliate. Total Insurance Solutions. Standing by is our TV 10 broadcast team. Let's head to the court and get today's pregame show underway.
University Red Raiders. It is TV 10, a sports coverage of Rams basketball. And once again, along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. Eric Sterick running our camera today. Colin McLaughlin is our engineer at the studio. Wow, if the men's game is anything like the women's game, we are in for a treat, Matt, as Shepherd rallied from a 12-point halftime deficit to get the win in the women's game. There was a lot at stake as Shippensburg sitting at the top of those women's standings, and Shepherd at number 3 in the women's standings. Here on the men's side, Shippensburg also sits at the top of the standings, but for this Shepherd men's team, they are right on the cusp of being in that top 6 to make it into the postseason tournament. A win here in this one could go a long way to pushing them into that playoff tier.
I think if you're head coach Justin Namalik, you're hoping it turns out like the second half of the women's game. That first half was nothing to write home about, but a phenomenal second half comeback for the Rams that started with a 10-2 run to start quarter number 3. But yeah, this is a big game for the men's team for Shepherd in a different way that it was a big game for the women's team. Shepherd's still trying to hold on to a playoff spot, whereas the women's team trying to make a push for the number 1 seed in the East. So it's a big game for them. It's a home game against a rivalry renewed, as we talked about it or a different type of rivalry renewed, as we talked about in the pregame of the women's game. But should be a fun one here. This is a very talented Red Raider basketball team, and Shepherd has shown glimpses that they can be as productive as they want to be, but have also shown times where they can't close games. They can't get big plays when they need to and big stops defensively. So it's going to have to be Shepherd's best effort out here today if they want to get a win at home.
Well, these Rams come in at 9-10. They're 5-8 in league play. But, Matt, the good news is they have won 3 out of their last 4 games, getting a victory here at followed by a tough 62-61 loss at Mansfield on the 22nd, and then it was Kutztown in town, and Shepherd got the victory in that one, 76-63 on Saturday. So the Rams have some momentum heading into this matchup.
Yeah, and they have gotten hot at the right time. You talk about winning 3 out of 4. That was coming after losing 4 out of 5 prior to that. So it's been similar to the way it's been all year for this Shepherd team. It's been a roller coaster. They've looked good for a couple of games. They've looked bad for a couple of games, and for this Shepherd Ram offense, I mean, they're coming in scoring about 4 more points a game than their opponents, so they've been in a lot of close basketball games, but as I said just a few minutes ago, have got to learn how to finish.
Well, we'll see if they can do just that, but it won't be easy. The Red Raiders are 16-3 overall and 12-1 in PSAC standings, and they are winners of 9 in a row. Matt, they have not lost in the calendar year of 2020. In fact, their last loss came on December the 20th. It was an 81-73 decision against Pitt Johnstown. That is their only loss in the league. And, Pitt Johnstown is currently second behind IUP in the West, so their loss came against another top team in the league. Can Shepherd find a way to pull the upset against a very good team tonight? We'll find out.
Only about 6 minutes away from tip, so we're going to find out what the flow of this game looks like in just about 6 minutes.
All right, let's go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout. When we come back, a little deeper look at this matchup as we get you prepared for the men's action. It is Shepherd hosting Shippensburg on TV 10.
When you do the same thing for 135 years, you learn to do it well. For 135 years, we've been helping families through the hardest times of their lives. That's because we're a family as well. When your family loses a loved one, we're here to help. We're Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson. We're here when you need us.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We are back once again here at the Butcher Athletics Center, getting ever closer to the announcement of the starting lineups and the opening tip in this men's matchup. Matt, we mentioned Shepherd's record at 9-10, 5-8 in the league, but the Rams are 7-3 at home. They're almost the exact opposite, 2-7 on the road, and I think that is what makes these home games all the more important for Shepherd when you're struggling to win on the road. Even when you're playing the top team in the league like Shippensburg, you got to find a way to battle to a victory here.
Well, you and I say it all the time. We probably sound like a broken record, but you got to win those games at home. Those are games you're expected to win and then steal ones on the road. Shepherd has stolen a few games on the road. Not quite perfect at home, but definitely more of a home court advantage for them than it is when they have to get on a bus and make one of the trips to one of the PSAC schools.
Well, let's take a little deeper look at these teams individually. Jake Biss leads the way for the Red Raiders. He averages 16.4 points a game. He is a 6'2 junior guard. Right behind him at 15.4 a game is John Costello. He's a 6'4 senior forward. And a third player in double figures is Carlos Carter. Carter, a 6'5 sophomore, averages 11.4 a game. And then, Matt, right after that, you're looking at, Dom Sleva goes 9.2. Luke Nedro goes 8.9. And Keon Hardy goes 7.4. So some guys after that top three that really blend in there. Which one of those will rise to the occasion in each individual game?
I think it really is a question. It's a crapshoot each game who's going to do that. And when you flip to Shepherd finally getting a fourth scorer in double figures, and that's Kyle Daggett creeping just over 10.7 points a game, 11.7 apiece for John Preston and Jarrell Jones, and then 18.6 for Thomas Lang. So Shepherd finally, I think, figuring out who that number 4 player is going to be, and now it's just finding depth. You have 8.6 a game for Dan McLean-Corley, then you drop all the way down to 5.6 for P.J. Jordan. So again, Shepherd is very similar to what we talked about on the women's side. It is about finding depth at this point in the season more than anything, I think.
But Matt, you hit the nail, though, with Thomas Lang as the leading scorer, 18.6. Typically, as he goes, so goes the Rams. He had a big game last time out against Kutztown. We'll see if he can have another big one here.
There are very few games where he doesn't have a big game or isn't a crucial part of whether the Rams win or lose. So expect the ball to go through him and see who can really be that number 2 guy. Is it going to be John Preston? Jarrell Jones going to have a good game? He's not too far off of a career day not too long ago.
All right, you got some keys to the game in this one?
I got some keys to the game in this one. So let's go with Shepherd. You have to find a way to limit what Shippensburg is going to do in transition. As a team, as Shippensburg's coming in, scoring about 79 points a game, you got to try to keep them under 80 in this game. And Shepherd coming in, scoring 75 points a game, and Shippensburg's only giving up 68.2. So it'll be unique to see how the fast-paced offense of Shepherd interacts with the good defense that Shippensburg has shown.
All right, the two teams getting together at midcourt. It is a special emphasis on sportsmanship we hear this week in the PSAC. We saw it in the women's game as the teams gathered in a line at their foul line, then meet at the center court. And after those handshakes, the teams head back to their respective benches, and our Matt Crawford heads down to the sideline. He'll be giving our wireless mic to PA announcer Patty Alter, and we will check in with him on those starting lineups as we get ready for today's action. The Shepherd University Rams playing host to the Shippensburg University Red Raiders. Matt delivering that microphone to Patty Alter, and I think we're ready to go.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Butcher Center at Shepherd University for tonight's game between the Shippensburg Raiders and your Shepherd University Rams. At this time, we'd like to introduce the starting lineups for both squads. First for the visitors, the Shippensburg Raiders. Number 2, a forward, 6'5", 195-pound senior from Camden, New Jersey, Lamar Talley. Number 3, a forward, 6'5", 185-pound sophomore from Indiana, Pennsylvania, Carlos Carter. Number 11, a guard, 6'2", 185-pound junior from Latrobe, Pennsylvania, Jake Biss. Number 21, a forward, 6'7", 225-pound sophomore from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Luke Nedro. Number 22, a forward, 6'4", 225-pound senior from Mars, Pennsylvania, John Costello. Head coach for the Raiders, Chris Veit. Assistant coaches, Jaron Gembe, Dave Miller, Justin MacArthur, and Chris Bupp. And now your Shepherd University Rams. Number 2, a guard, 6'3", 200-pound sophomore from Brandywine, Maryland, John Preston. Number 11, a forward, 6'6", 215-pound junior from Walkersville, Maryland, Kyle Daggett. Number 32, a guard, 6'3", 195-pound junior from Martinsburg, West Virginia, Jarrell Jones. Number 44, a guard, 6'5", 170-pound freshman from Clinton, Maryland, Daniel McLean Corley. And number 1, a guard, 6', 165-pound senior from Newmarket, Maryland, Thomas Lang. Head coach for Shepherd, Justin Namalik. Assistant coaches, Jason Boardley and Trip Lowe. Stand by for tip-off.
There you go, Patty Alter with the announcement of the starting lineups here at the Butcher Athletic Center, and we are just about ready to get this one underway. The Shepherd Rams in the gray uniform tops with the dark blue lettering and gold trim. Shepherd across the front of those jersey tops, coming out onto the floor with the red jersey tops with black lettering and some white trim are the Raiders of Shippensburg University. Chris Veit in his 7th season leading these Red Raiders. Justin Namalik now in his 11th year leading the Shepherd Rams. It'll be Daggett in the center circle along with Nedro. 3 officials to work this one. Everybody into position. Thumbs up from our head referee as he steps to that center circle, and we are ready to go. Ball in the air and the tip controlled in the backcourt by Carlos Carter. Shippensburg basketball, they shoot at the hoop off to our left. Rams in that man-to-man defense. Backdoor cut down the right baseline, and the pass intended for Jake Biss off his hand and out of bounds. Nedro with the feed. That is a turnover.
Well, Matt, you see the quickness early on, just the quick, precise cuts and the quick passing.
Lang in the front court working to Jones. McLean Corley on that left wing, dribbling to the top of the key. Looks for an opening and now pulls up for the jumper. He got it. Daniel McLean Corley, 6'5" freshman, guard for 2. Hopefully that's a good sign to get him going early. McLean Corley right now averaging about 8.5 a game. That's Costello with his back to the basket, trying to work against Daggett. Spins baseline and banks it up and in. Nice move for the 6'4 senior.
Yeah, and Daggett should be used to that down low. That is what the PSAC does. The Mountain East is a quick up and down type of offense. The PSAC is not that, so Daggett's got to be used to guys posting him up down low.
Jarrell Jones gave a ball fake and then drove into the paint, but his short shot rolls around the rim and out and back the other way. Shippensburg basketball. 3 ball on the way off the dribble out of the hands of Jake Biss. That one's off the mark, and the Rams will go the other way. Thomas Lang down the left side of the lane, circles back out. Now Preston on the right wing, gave a ball fake on the 3, almost came off the ground. Now drives, feeds to Daggett for the 2-hand slam dunk.
And that's the way to get the crowd involved early, Matt. You throw down a 2-handed stuff for one of the crowd favorites, one of the fan favorites in Kyle Daggett. Shepherd, an early 2-point lead.
And a nice move. Preston draws the defense. A good cut by Daggett, and he gets rewarded with the stuff. Again, off the dribble. That's Biss from the right baseline. His shot rolls in and out. He's off to a bit of a slow start. The Rams with a 4-2 lead have the basketball. Jones left wing beyond the arc. Back out top to Preston. He's open. He'll fire and connect on the 3-point jumper. John Preston knocks down his 45th three-pointer on the season.
Yeah, shoots about 36% from beyond the arc. As it was good defense. Talley, I think, got away with a bit of a walk in the lane.
Biss was driving but lost the basketball. It is a Raider turnover. The Rams working into the front court with that lead right now at 7-2. Jarrell Jones out top. Pulls the trigger on a 3. He got it, and Shepherd off to a fast start.
Man, I'll tell you what, timeout called here by Shippensburg, but if Shepherd can continue to score from beyond the arc the way they are early in this one, watch out, Shippensburg. You could be in for an upset, because Shepherd, when they get going from beyond the arc, are one of the hardest teams to cool down.
Well, they average 12.6 made three-pointers per game this season for Jarrell Jones. That is his 41st. Thomas Lang leads this team with 80 three-pointers. And Shepherd has knocked down a pair of threes, 2 shots from inside the arc as they have the 10-2 lead. That timeout for Shippensburg and head coach Chris Fife, just seeing if he can find a way to cool down this hot start for the Rams.
And not much else defensively Shippensburg can do. I mean, it's not like Shepherd's had wide open threes. It's been contested threes. It's been threes where there have been defenders in the vicinity. Shepherd's just knocking them down early. So I think that could be more of a timeout to just talk about, hey, offensively, keep doing what you're doing, and defensively, if Shepherd's going to knock them down like that, you just got to make sure you're in the positioning you need to be.
Biss working into the front court, giving off to Nedro. They work it down low on that left block. That's Carlos Carter, who has to pass it back out, almost threw it away. Good job by Nedro to run it down. 14 seconds on that shot clock. Feed down low, and the alley-oop attempt off the mark. Put back for Carter still wouldn't go. This time the put back for Nedro doesn't go. Carter's got it back. His shot short off the rim. Preston the rebound. How many opportunities for the Red Raiders, but cannot convert. Now, back the other way, Lang driving in. His shot blocked. That was Talley who got his hands on it and quickly into the front court. Biss takes it to the rim, and the underhand scoop shot good.
And that was a good take by Biss. I think if that one doesn't fall, Shippensburg begins to be a little bit more frustrated than I'm sure they are right now. You talked about it. A good 4 or 5 opportunities on the offensive end 2 times back.
Jarrell Jones from the right side, firing that 3. It's off the left side of the iron. The rebound going to the Raiders. Shippensburg into the front court, down by 6. 16-20 and counting in our first half.
Well, man, Shippensburg has definitely slowed it down a little bit since the first couple of possessions, really wanted to set up and get the play they want offensively. The first couple of possessions, it was quick cuts, quick passes. Now seems like settling a little bit more.
Well, Biss around the screen to his left, firing that 3. Again, could not connect. He's off to a slow start, and that's good news for Shepherd, as he is their leading scorer, averaging 16 a game. Ram basketball, and McLean Corley from straight away for the 3. It's off the back iron. The rebound to Nedro. Back the other way, Shippensburg. Shepherd settling now for that 3. That's the only issue when you hit a few early. Baseline jumper from the right side for John Costello. He's got 4 points. Shepherd's lead now 10-6.
Yeah, but Matt, anybody who has watched Shepherd play this year knows that whether those first couple of threes drop or not, the offense isn't going to change. They live and die by the three. So I'm not sure the offense this early in the game changes drastically whether they make those first couple or not. Great drive and floater in the lane for Jarrell Jones.
Yeah, Jarrell Jones gave a fake to the right, went to his left, went right up over top of the defender. Nedrow hit the ground, no foul called, and that right-hand floater goes to give Shepherd a 12-6 lead. That's got Coach Fight off the bench. He wants to talk to the officials about why that was not a charge. With a timeout on the floor, let's see, we can take the 60-second break as well with 15-19 to play in the first half. The Rams lead by 6.
Making the decision to purchase your first or your next home is one of the biggest you'll ever make. You need local partners you can trust to make the process easy, quick, and affordable. Trust the experience and dependable professionals at CNB Bank. Our mortgage lenders and our decision makers are local, and we have the advantage of on-site underwriters. With our 9 locations in Berkeley Springs, Hedgesville, Martinsburg, Hancock, and new locations in Spring Mills and Hagerstown, we are right around the corner wherever you may be. We are CNB Bank. Welcome home.
If you have been injured in an auto accident or due to someone's negligence and you want to know what your rights are, call Ferretti Law Office at 264-8505 to discuss your claim for free. Attorney Joe Ferretti is prepared to answer your questions and explain your options. Put Joe Ferretti's legal experience and history of proven results in your corner to fight the bullies from the insurance companies. At Ferretti Law Office, we're here to help you win.
It's an early 12-6 lead for Shepherd. The Rams come out shooting the ball well, especially from beyond the arc, as Preston and Jones have knocked down a pair of threes. So far, the Red Raiders have yet to hit a three-pointer. Lob feed down low, stolen by Preston. I've got 3 turnovers now for the Raiders. That pass intended for Nedrow. Preston fronting, able to leap into the air and grab that one with one hand. Under 15 to play in our first half. Lang sending to Jones on that left wing around the screen set by Preston. Another screen set by Daggett. Back to McLean Corley on this right wing. He fakes right, goes left. Gets into the lane, had his shot blocked, but a foul was called on Carlos Carter.
And Carter, I don't think, believed it, but it sure did look like he got the right shooting arm on McLean Corley. And Corley, some hesitation on that right wing. He had a wide-open lane to the right. I think if he fakes left and goes right, he probably can get it within 8 feet if he wants to pull up for the jump shot there or go straight to the basket.
And McLean Corley missing the foul shot short off the front iron. He is normally an 80% foul shooter. He's made 25 of 31. See if he can get this one to go, and he does. He's got 3 early points. And Matt, frankly, as he cut to his left, he had a wide open Thomas Lang in that left corner as well.
And is that giving you flashbacks of Saturday when Daggett had a couple of cuts to the basket and where he was wide open and couldn't get a teammate to find him? Great block by John Preston from behind.
Yeah, that was Lamar Talley, low post right side, and McLean Corley came out of nowhere. Preston down there as well, and Preston able to get that block. There's that help defense. Good job. 13-6, the Shepherd advantage. Biss looking for the inbounds. Works it to Costello, and behind a screen on that right sideline, he drains that three-point jumper.
Costello looking a little robotic on that shot. Came and jumped into that shot, but just quick, twitchy movement before going up. A perfect L on that right-hand shot putting up.
It was his 27th three-pointer of the season. On the other end, that's Kyle Daggett hitting the baseline jumper. He's got 4 early points.
And now both teams getting into a little bit of an offensive rhythm as we're about 6 minutes into this one.
Another deep three, this one from that right wing for Costello. It's off the mark, and the rebound hitting the ground.
Great box out by John Preston as well. Use that body and just move those red uniforms out of the way.
Preston for 3 from the right wing. It's off the back iron, and that rebound to Biss, and he'll bring it up the floor himself. Working to Carter near side. Down low to Costello with his back to the basket. Daggett guarding him, had to give it up. Around to Talley on that far wing. Again, they'll go back down inside. Costello with a ball fake, moves to his right, misses the shot. Strong Daggett, the backside rebound.
Yeah, never nicked the rim, hit the backboard, and just came down the other side. Not sure whether he was expecting contact, so putting that one up a little bit stronger, but did not have a shooter's touch.
Jarrell Jones from the right wing, giving it off to Daggett, back to Jones. Jones guarded by Biss, goes into the air like he might shoot and passed it off to Preston, down to 10 on that shot clock. McLean Corley out top. Step back to his left, he fires that long jumper and it's off the mark. Nedro the rebound. Not a great offensive possession that time for Shepherd. Into the front court, Biss gets down into that left corner and there's that three-pointer. Jake Biss with his 42nd three-pointer on the season.
And Biss off balance, taking that three, kind of fading towards that baseline. Did a good job of keeping those arms relatively straight as Daggett will knock one down from the left wing. The big man stepping out, Matt.
How about that? Let's look it up for Kyle Daggett. His 11th three-pointer on the season, now 11 of 36. 18-12, the Shepherd advantage. Biss the other way is able to answer. That one hit the rim, popped up high, and hit about every part of the rim again before falling through.
Hey, all that matters is what you said last, falling through.
It's a three-point Ram advantage at 18-15. Shepherd jumped out to the early 10-2 lead. Shippensburg has been chipping their way back since. Jones on the right wing. Controls that dribble, guarded by Biss. Gives it off to Daggett. Very deep three from the left side. Oh, that one rolls around the rim and out of the rebound, controlled by Costello.
A little bit of a heat check there for Daggett, but that did everything but fall through, and now he's going to get called for a foul on the other end.
Yeah, Daggett down low, putting the body on Luke Nedro as they battled for position along that left low block. First foul on Daggett, first Ram team foul, and we've got another timeout on the floor. We'll take the 60-second break, 11:46 remaining in the half, and Shepherd's lead now at 3.
For over 36 years, Green Tree Realty has been helping the Shepherdstown community find a place to call home. Our friendly team is ready to help you navigate the market and is your trusted resource, complete with a wealth of experience and local knowledge. For those looking to buy land, commercial property, or a home, we'll help you find the perfect fit. From staging and negotiations to closing and beyond, we're with you every step of the way.
Ron Hawker here. You have no idea what Johnny's goes through to bring you the best seafood around. We have snow crab clusters, shrimp, crab meat, fish, all the best seafood you want at Johnny's. It's a tough job out here, but our customers are worth it. Johnny's with two great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 South in Chambersburg.
Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. Eric Sterick running our TV10 camera. Colin McLaughlin is back at the studio, our engineer and producer for today's TV10 broadcast of Ram basketball. Cam Stevens has checked into the Shepherd lineup, and it looks like Dom Sleva has checked into the Shippensburg lineup. Red Raider basketball out of that immediate timeout. They're down by 3. Could tie on this possession.
P.J. Jordan also in the game for Shepherd coming into that last timeout.
Talley with a nice drive into the lane, but the shot a little too strong. Preston the rebound. Ram basketball. Yeah, P.J. Jordan to Stevens in the front court to Preston on this right side of the top of the key. He'll fire the three. It's off the mark. Back the other way. Costello gets the rebound and gives it to Biss.
Forced three by John Preston. I get if you want to come down and shoot a three early, but at least get around a ball screen, set up something that can draw the defenders out a little bit. That was one half step to the left, and then a forced up three by Preston.
Biss, foul line extended right side, pulls up off the dribble and knocks it down. Has he gotten red hot? I would say so. He now has 10 points in the first half.
And, Matt, how comfortable is he shooting while in motion? That time fading away as he did, very similar in that three in the left corner about 3 minutes ago.
McLean Corley may have gotten away with a little push off there near the top of the key. Giving to Jordan on this right side of the floor. He'll pull up from 17, 18 feet away. It rolls around the rim and out, and that's Costello with another rebound. He might have 10 rebounds by the end of this first half. He's been all over the glass. Pass to Sleva near side, and a traveling violation. Didn't get the ball on the floor in time. I've got 4 turnovers unofficially on the Raiders. I don't have any yet on Shepherd. The Rams, what a season they've had. Only 9.5 turnovers that they have averaged per game this year. Daggett from the left corner. Fires that three, left it short off the rim. Biss the rebound. Quick outlet up the near side, hauled in by Talley. Back to Biss, to Costello around to Hardy on that far side, to Sleva along the baseline. Back to Costello, right side three, rolls around and out. Rebound, Preston. Ram basketball as Jordan brings it into the front court. 18-17. A 1-point lead for the Rams. Under 10 to play in our first half. Coach Justin Namalik stepping out onto the floor on the other end, hollering out some offensive instructions. Down to 8 on that shot clock from straight away. Jordan fires the three, and we've got a whistle and a foul. That will go on Keon Hardy.
And a very late whistle, and Hardy never left his feet. Just put a hand up, and I think you can see his displeasure after that whistle blew. He just kept that right hand up for about 5 seconds, and that's an interesting whistle. Shepherd will take it as Jordan knocks down the first free throw, but I'm not sure I saw any contact there, Matt.
Yeah, I'm with you. Jordan on the season shooting just 40% from the line, 13 of 32. He makes the first, misses the second. See if he can put this one through. Marcus Gorham checking in, spelling Kyle Daggett now for the Rams.
Can't miss him on the floor. Between him and Jordan, got some stylish shoes out tonight. Jordan in the lime green sneakers and Gorham in the purple sneakers.
20-17. Shepherd pushes that lead back out to 3 after 2 of the 3 free throws made by Jordan. Out top with it, driving down the left side of the lane. That's Sleva, got to the baseline, spun, put it up with the left hand, but left it short. There's Preston with another rebound. He's been solid on the boards early on. Thomas Lang dribbling into the lane, had it poked away. Nice defense by Sleva. Loose ball picked up by Hardy. In the front court, he'll give it off. Driving into the lane, having that one poked away was Biss, and back the other way. Jordan couldn't get it to go, but Preston was there for the putback basket.
And I think very easily could have been an and-one opportunity. Costello was there late and looked like he got some contact with the shooting arm.
Biss with it again in the offensive end with 15 seconds on that shot clock. Feeds Costello in the lane to Sleva, left of the key, his three off the mark. Gorham clears that rebound. Ram basketball. Under 8 minutes and 35 seconds now to play in our first half. Preston off the dribble, pulls up, 18-foot jumper, good. John Preston's got 7 in this first half. 24-17, and Matt, the Rams getting the start they needed in this key matchup.
Yeah, they couldn't afford to have a slow start in this game against Shippensburg, and if Preston turns around right there, he probably has a steal.
Sleva with it on that far side, giving to Biss. Good defense by the Rams. Working back to Sleva, down along that baseline to Costello, spinning baseline. Oh, a whistle and a foul. And they'll get that personal on Marcus Gorham, the 6'5" freshman, has his first, team second, and leads us into immediate timeout.
And that's a tough one for Gorham, just 2 seconds left on the shot clock.
24-17, Shepherd out in front, 7:59 to play in the first half. We're back in 60 seconds.
Ron Hawker here. You have no idea what Johnny's goes through to bring you the best seafood around. We have snow crab clusters, shrimp, crab meat, fish, all the best seafood you want at Johnny's. It's a tough job out here, but our customers are worth it. Johnny's with 2 great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 south in Chambersburg.
West Virginia's a Republican state, so why elect a worn-out tax-raising Joe Manchin retread as governor instead of a real Republican like Michael Folk? Mike Folk's the strong pro-Trump conservative who will ban sanctuary cities, stop red flag gun laws, rebuild our roads, and fight liberal tax schemes. Mike Folk's opponents, Justice and Thrasher, 2 worn-out tax-raising Manchin retreads. Justice pushed a liberal tax scheme, then switched parties for his own personal gain, and Thrasher, an empty-suit Justice Democrat who switched parties after backing Justice's massive tax hike scheme. Jim Justice, Woody Thrasher, 2 worn-out tax-raising Manchin retreads. They've blown their chance. Mike Folk for governor. Because it's time for a change. Time for a conservative change. Michael Folk, governor.
I'm Mike Folk. West Virginia needs a strong conservative Republican who supports the Constitution, President Trump, and always puts taxpayers first.
Paid for by Michael Folk for governor.
17. And out of that immediate timeout, it's John Costello at the line. First free throw attempt for him today, and it's up and good. He's got 8 points.
Costello at the line this year, just shy of 87% from the free throw line. That's 52 for 60. Make that 53 for 61 now.
He'll get another opportunity. Deep knee bend, puts it up, puts it through. Now he's got 9 points, and he's going to go out as Nedro checks back in. 24-19, the Ram advantage. Thomas Lang yet to get in the scoring column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Rams have scored. Only 2 Red Raiders have found the scoring column so far in this first half. Lang on the right side, sending to Jordan on that left wing. Put it on the floor with the right hand, dribble down low to Gorham, reverse layup, good off the glass.
That's a great take by Gorham, a little hesitation. I think as his game evolves, he'll be able to take that and go up with the left hand. It's a much tougher shot that he's creating with himself, having to make that a reverse, going with the offhand on the left side, but still a strong take of things that to come from him.
Sleva for 3, just right at the top of the key. He drains one. Sleva's 19th three-pointer on the season. He shoots 36% from beyond the arc. Cuts that deficit back to 4. 26-22, the Ram lead. McLean Corley out top, down the right side of the lane. Underhand scoop shot, good off the glass. He's got those long arms and a great reach to get to the rim.
Yeah, kept that right arm fully extended with the basketball and almost just flicked the wrist up.
Sleva into the front court to Nedro out top. Hands it off to Hardy on the right wing. A little ball fake. Has to back it out. Dalen Carter out there for the first time for the Red Raiders. In the paint, that was Sleva with a left-hand shot. Came off the mark, but Sleva ran it down in that left corner, and another opportunity for Shippensburg. Hardy working to the left side of the floor. Foul line extended, pulls up, and the jumper's good. His first 2.
And that shot's so open off of a killer ball screen by Luke Nedro. Absolutely took Shepherd's defense out of the picture.
28-24, a 4-point Ram lead. Jarrell Jones on the right wing, put it on the floor, moving to his left, and they're going to call a carry on Jarrell Jones. You sure don't see that call a lot anymore.
Not often, but that's one of those calls with Jarrell Jones, with how quick those first 2 steps can be for him. A lot of times, if he is in between those dribbles, he can leave the basketball behind when he takes those first 2 steps and forcing him to kind of come back and palm the basketball. So not a call you see often, but one that for him, it's one of his strengths can turn into a weakness.
Tally to Hardy on this left wing for the Raiders. Hardy with a little hesitation now goes into the lane and banks that one up and in. Don't look now, but Keon Hardy, the junior from Philly, has come to life with the last 2 buckets.
And don't look now, but Shippensburg back within 2. Shepherd needs a score here. Daggett with it on the left side.
Works into the lane, stops at the foul line, sends to Lang on this right wing. Around the screen, set by Daggett. Picks up the dribble, sends to McLean Corley. Nice touch pass from the left corner to Jarrell Jones on the wing, but his 3 is off the back rim. Rebound, Hardy, and we've got a foul in the backcourt as Daniel McLean Corley picks up the personal. His first team foul, 3. Clean game, only 2 fouls so far for Shippensburg.
And you look at that 3 opportunity for Jarrell Jones. Didn't get to step into that shot. That pass a little bit behind him. Had to kind of lean back just a hair, but made him go straight up rather than stepping into what would have been a pretty open 3.
Carter on that right wing. Works to Sleva. Now Hardy comes out to take it. Jones guarding him in this Ram man-to-man. Driving from left to right into the lane was Talley, but had to kick it out. Now with his back to the basket, Nedro backs his way in against Daggett. Goes to the right hand. Never got the rim, just the backboard on the shot. Good defense. McLean Corley the other way. McLean Corley with a left hand to the rim and the one-hand slam dunk. Nobody stopped him.
And that brings the Butcher Center to its feet. A thunderous one-hand slam and a good first step for Dan McLean Corley to get that immediate separation.
30-26, the Ram advantage. Talley gives to Nedro, and as he worked his way into the lane, we've got a whistle and a foul. That'll go on Kyle Daggett, and that'll be his 2nd personal.
I struggle with that call because driving into the lane right there, Nedro used his shoulder to try to create separation. All Daggett did was confront the contact, if you will. His body turned into the contact, and it was really initiated on the offensive end, but because Daggett's feet were moving and he's on defense, he gets called for that defensive foul.
Inbounds pass along the right baseline to Carlos Carter, but his turnaround jumper off the mark, and quickly Jarrell Jones races into the front court. Under 4.5 remaining in our first half, 30-26. Shepherd out in front, McLean Corley on that left wing in front of the Shippensburg bench, giving out top to Jones. He'll stop and pop from the foul line off the rim of the backboard. Gorham keeps it alive, but out of bounds off the Ram freshman forward. It'll belong to Shippensburg. And Gorham's going to have to give some quality minutes here with 4:13 to play in the first half. You don't imagine that you'll see Daggett again until the start of the second half with the two personals. Carter out top gives it off to Sleva. Left of the key, his three. Too strong, but the rebound to Costello. Down the right side of the lane, his shot off the mark, and Gorham grabs the rebound. Been a tough shooting first half at times for Shippensburg. Lang down the left side of the lane has to give it off. Preston with it now. Right hand dribble into the paint, and he dragged the pivot foot.
Yeah, so powerful on that drive that when he went to go hit the brakes, tried to plant that left foot as the pivot foot and looked almost like a receiver trying to toe tap on the sideline and dragged it about 3 feet.
I've got 4 turnovers now for the Rams, 4 as well for the Red Raiders. We'll check the official stats at the half. Right now, we've got immediate timeout. 3:42 remaining in our first half, a 60-second break with Shepherd in front by 4.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Screwdriver.
Screwdriver.
Pliers.
Pliers.
Phone.
Care can be distracting.
Phone.
That's why our Whirlpool Smart Range lets you care smarter with control from anywhere. So life doesn't revolve around your range.
Give me that Phillips screwdriver, would you, kiddo?
Every day, care.
I think I'll keep you around.
Whirlpool.
30-26, a 4-point Ram lead, Red Raider basketball. Jake Biss back into the ball game, works it into the front court. And is now Carter, who sends it out in that right corner for a 3 from Costello. It was too strong, but the rebound and the putback is there for Carlos Carter.
Yeah, right there, just went straight back up with it, never brought the basketball down. Good move down low.
His first 2 of this first half. That Ram lead cut down to 2, and McLean Corley had it knocked away off his leg and just couldn't seem to get to it to corral it before it went out of bounds.
He got to it. I think his thought process was in his head going, okay, was I the last to touch it? Should have let this go out. At the last minute, I might as well try to grab it, but by that point, it was too little too late because body-wise, he was in position to pick the basketball up.
Now the Red Raiders can tie or take the lead, but the bounce speed in the paint intended for Costello, knocked away by Gorham, stolen by the Rams. Each team now with 5 turnovers. Shepherd with that 2-point lead. Looking to add to it to Gorham as he cut through the lane from left to right, but tipped away from him, and the steal for Sleva. Quickly down the floor to Biss, driving in down the left side of the lane. Jake Biss uses the left hand to leg it up and in, and we are tied at 30.
And that was great body control by the 6'2" junior from Latrobe. Just going in hard and just throwing the brakes on seemed like almost in midair and having the touch on the left side off the glass.
Matt, we were tied one other time in this ball game. Do you remember what that score was?
I'm guessing it was 2-2.
You are right on it. 2-2, and we have not been tied since as the Shepherd Rams went out to a 10-2 lead, and the Rams have held on to the lead by at least 2 points up until this point in the ball game. And this becomes a crucial 2:41 right now for Shepherd.
It does. They have been in control of this half from start to finish, and have allowed Shippensburg in the last minute or so to climb back into the game and make it appear as if it's been neck and neck the entire way. Shepherd has outplayed Shippensburg for the majority of this first half, so they need to take a lead into halftime.
Thomas Lang into the front court for Shepherd. To Gorham out top. He'll hand it off to Jarrell Jones. The right-hand dribble into the lane. Spins, gives to Gorham. Back to the basket, works to his left. Put it up with the right hand, and the shot off the mark.
Good move for Gorham, though, just a bit too strong on the baby hook.
Hardy with it around the perimeter, dribbling from left to right. Giving off to Carter, and they'll work down low to Sleva. Spinning to his right. Right hands it up. It spins around the rim and out, but we got a whistle and a foul. See if that one goes on Preston. No, it's the help defense, McLean Corley, who reached in, and he'll pick up his second.
And not sure that's the shot that Sleva wanted. Looked pretty convincing going up, but really had nowhere else to go with the basketball. 4 other teammates of his standing around the perimeter, not moving at all, so he really didn't have much of an option there. Had to go up himself.
That's Dom Sleva, able to put that one up and through. Sleva shooting 70% from the foul line, 33 of 47 coming in. He's now got 5 points as he hit a 3 earlier and has just knocked down 2 free throws. Shippensburg has their first lead, 32-30. 2 minutes to play in this first half. Shepherd needs to respond. Jarrell Jones beyond the arc left wing. Stops and pops, but his 3 rolls around the rim and out. Costello the rebound. Rams struggling a bit on the boards right now. Part of that is you're taking threes and don't have guys underneath necessarily in position. Feed down low to Carter. Trying to back in against Jarrell Jones. Spins to his right and right hands it up and in.
And that was good. While he scored, Jarrell Jones on defense did a very good job. He and P.J. Jordan ended up almost picking themselves down low, and looked like it was going to be an easy scoring opportunity. It was a good defensive adjustment late by Jarrell Jones.
Thomas Lang deep on that left side of the floor, working to the foul line, into the lane. Got it to go as he forced up the shot, drawing contact, and now a 3-point opportunity for Thomas Lang.
And Lang's going to need a lot more of those in this game. He has yet to really get going, so he's going to need a lot more of those in the second half of this. We're going to see what he can do late in the first half.
That foul goes on Keon Hardy, and that will be his second personal. It'll send Lang to the line where he is an 86% foul shooter, 56 of 65 on the year. He completes that old-fashioned 3-point play. Matt, his first points of the game. 34-33. The lead right now for Ship, just under 19 points a game is what Lang averages. We've got a whistle and a foul. Personal going on P.J. Jordan for Shepherd.
He had a pretty easy call to make, just a straight shove in the back.
Yeah, Jake Biss got the step advantage.
Yeah. Maybe the 2-step advantage.
We're right under 1 minute to play here in our first half. Biss going to trigger that inbounds, baseline left of the basket. Works that inbounds to Talley. From the left side is 3. I'm not sure he got the rim. Went over everything, and the rebound, Jarrell Jones.
I promise you we didn't get the rim.
Jones into the front court. I'll take your promise. I believe you. I believe you. Jones with it again, giving it off to Thomas Lang. 16 seconds on that shot clock. 35, 34, 33 on the game clock. Jordan feeding down low to Gorham, able to control it and put it up and in.
It's a good job by Gorham. You saw a 50-50 ball that Gorham wasn't able to hang on to a little bit earlier and turned into a turnover. Very similar circumstance. The ball just skimmed at the last moment, but this time Gorham able to watch it all the way in and finish off the glass.
35-34, Shepherd by 1, but Ship holding for the final shot. Down to 8, down to 7. Biss wants to take it. Around that screen set by Costello. Pulls the trigger on a 3 from the right side. It's an air ball. We should have a foul, and we will, going over the back as Carlos Carter tried to battle over the top of a Ram to get to that rebound. Carter will have his second. Just team foul number 4 with 0.3 seconds left. Shepherd will have a chance for a baseball pass down the floor. Let's see what happens. It's stolen at midcourt, and the shot would not count. Costello didn't get it off in time. It's an air ball, and we will go into the locker room at the intermission with the Shepherd University Rams out in front by 1. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, then return to the Butcher Athletic Center where Shepherd leads 35-34.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
Goes better with football than chicken. From Pee-wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. A hearty meal of 12 pieces for just $9 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's Local Market.
We are back once again here at the Butcher Athletic Center. The Shepherd University Rams with a 1-point lead, 35-34 over the Red Raiders of Shippensburg University. Along with Matt Crawford, I am Matt Miller. We've got Eric Sterick running our TV10 camera. Colin McLaughlin is our engineer at the studio. Matt Shepherd raced out to a 10-2 lead after our first tie of the game at 2. And it never relinquished the lead until 2 minutes left in the first half. Shippensburg would continue to just chip away, work their way back from the early 8-point deficit. They eventually getting it tied 30-30 as they went on an 8-2 run. Then Shippensburg took their first lead at 32-30. They pushed it out to 34-30, but the Rams with the final 5 points of the first half have a 1-point halftime lead.
And again, I think the 1-point lead for Shepherd doesn't show how dominant Shepherd was for the majority of that first half. Yes, the last probably 5 minutes belonged to Shippensburg. I may even give them 6, but really for the majority of that first half, Shepherd dominated. Shepherd was doing what they wanted offensively, but the 3-ball slowed the Rams down. They hit a couple early. They got into a groove, but when they continued to shoot them and didn't quite knock down at the rate they had early in the game, it truly turned into what we've seen in the past where you're living and dying by the 3.
Oh, and that's been the issue for the Rams, as you said it earlier in the year and earlier in our broadcast. That's kind of been their MO. And right now, Shepherd 3 of 11 from beyond the arc. That is just 27%. The good news is Shippensburg's not a lot better, 31%, as they've hit 4 out of 13.
Yeah, not much better. And coming into this game, you look at Shippensburg from beyond the arc, shooting relatively good, about 35%. So you look at what they did in that first half, shooting 31%, not overly or not drastically down from what they usually shoot throughout the season. So expect them to shoot about the same in the second half.
But the Rams are drastically down. They normally shoot almost 41% from beyond the arc, and at just 27%, you're hoping that that figure comes up in the second half. This game's playing out similar to the way that the girls' game played out, if you will, as Shepherd had a number of missed three-pointers at the half. Did not have a great shooting percentage, although Shepherd overall is shooting 48% in the first half compared to 38% for Shippensburg. But it was the second half that allowed the Shepherd Rams to get the comeback victory. We'll find out a little more about that during the next segment of our halftime show. Let's take another 2-minute timeout, and then we'll see what happened earlier today around the PSAC in women's basketball, including the Rams getting a big win over Shippensburg, and we'll see what's happening with scores from around men's action currently underway. That comes your way next as we continue with Ram basketball on TV 10.
Discover the years that will change the rest of your life. Come to a place that is home to different cultures that make us all unique. Embrace the chance to be a better friend, a better leader, a better you. Put your imagination to work in theater and the arts. Shatter records. Chase your dreams. Be a warrior. Create new ideas. Discover who you are and how you can make a difference. Discover ESU.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee Wee to the big boys to the wing T formation, a hearty meal of 12 pieces for just $9 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rocks Local Market.
Here at the Butcher Athletics Center. Let's turn it over to Matt Crawford as he tells us what happened earlier today in women's basketball, as well as looking at the current men's scores.
Well, let's start in the game that we had just a little over an hour ago with Shepherd coming back at a 12-point deficit at the half going into the third quarter. They came back to win 78-71. The leading scorer for Shepherd, Marlon McLaughlin, with 28 points. Shepherd now improves. Go ahead, you're pointing at me.
I just wanted to point out the Rams did not take their first lead in that game until 6:45 to play in the contest when they went out in front 60-58, and that was only a couple of possessions after the first and only tie of the game at 57-57. The Rams were down by 12 at the half. What a rally to get that win.
Shepherd inches ever closer to Shippensburg, who is in the lead of the PSAC East. Shepherd now 9-5 in the conference, while Shippensburg drops to 10-4 in the conference. The only team in between is East Stroudsburg. We'll tell you how they did here in just a minute. Let's take a look at some finals from women's action earlier. It was Pitt Johnstown getting a win at home against Mansfield, 84-59. It was a home game for Mercyhurst where they fell to Edinburgh 78-61. IUP gets the win at home over Seton Hill 81-55. Gannon getting a tight win on the road at Slippery Rock 69-66. Kutztown over Bloomsburg 66-55. Clarion was on the road taking on Cal. Cal gets the 20-point win 66-46. It was a 65-44 win for Millersville at home against Westchester in the game that I'm sure Shepherd checked the score of immediately afterwards. It was East Stroudsburg getting the win at home against Lockhaven, so Shepherd will still stay in that number 3 spot, so the standings will not change. Although, hold on, let me look at this real quick. No, that is a lie. East Stroudsburg will jump into the lead in the PSAC. Both teams will be 10-4, but East Stroudsburg will jump to 14-6, while Shippensburg will drop to 13-7. So number 1 and 2 flip. So Shepherd still going to stay in the number 3 spot, but East Stroudsburg is now your new leader in the PSAC East. Taking a look at some men's scores right now, a game that got started a half hour behind every other game tonight is East Stroudsburg and Lock Haven. Right now, they're just about 6 minutes in, and East Stroudsburg down by 1 at home, 9-8. Mansfield and Pitt Johnstown at the half. It is Pitt Johnstown ahead by 6, 47-41. Kutztown up at the half over Bloomsburg, 41-32. IUP up at the half over Seton Hill by 4, 37-33. Mercyhurst up big over Edinburgh at the half, 46-23. Gannon is at Slippery Rock, and Slippery Rock is up 27-19, while at the half as well, it is a 15-point advantage for Millersville over Westchester. And your final score of interest, a tight game between Cal and Clarion. Clarion at the half holds a 2-point edge, 32-30 on the road, and that is your out-of-town scoreboard.
On the Rams men's team, keeping an eye on East Stroudsburg and Kutztown, who are both 6-7 and 1 game ahead of Shepherd, and of course Lock Haven, who is right there even with Shepherd. The Rams do have a good chance, though, because they could get a win at Lock Haven next time out, which will be coming up this Saturday, and that would help to give the Rams a little separation from Lock Haven.
So right now, both the men's and women's teams hoping that East Stroudsburg drops a few over the next couple of games.
Well, both teams heading back out onto the floor. Let's take a 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll look at numbers from the first half, get you into our second half of action. It is the Shepherd Rams leading the Shippensburg Red Raiders 35-34.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and ball pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumsters.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Time for us to take a look at numbers from the first half to get us started with some individual totals. Here's Matt.
Let's take a look at Shippensburg first, down by 1. And John Alderton, what a saint. Here on his off night working, usually our TV10 cameraman just dropped off some frozen strawberry lemonade for us. What a guy. Anyway, let's get back to some stats from the first half. Shippensburg leading the way is Jake Biss. He has 12 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 2 for 6 from beyond the arc. He's the only player in double figures for each side. 9 points for John Costello. He is 3 for 8 from the field, 1 for 3 from beyond the arc, a perfect 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. 5 points for Adam Sliva. He is 1 for 5 from the field, 1 for 3 from beyond the arc, 2 for 2 from the foul line. 4 points for Keon Hardy. He is 2 for 2 from the field. And 4 points also for Carlos Carter. He is 2 for 6 from the field and has chipped in 3 rebounds. Let's go to Shepherd. Individual numbers look like this. 3 players leading the way, each with 7 points. John Preston, 3 for 5 from the field, as is Kyle Daggett. Preston's added 6 rebounds, 2 for Kyle Daggett. Dan McClain Corley also with 7. He's 3 for 5 from the field as well, 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. He's added a rebound to his stats as well. Marcus Form's got 4. He's 2 for 3 from the field. Thomas Lang with 3 points, 1 for 2 from the field, 1 for 1 from the charity stripe. And closing it out, can't forget about Sherelle Jones, 2 for 7 from the field, 1 for 4 from beyond the arc. He's got 5.
And Matt, team totals, Shepherd has made one more shot from the floor, 14 makes compared to 13 makes for Shippensburg. The Red Raiders have also taken 5 more shots, 34 compared to the Rams 29. Shepherd 3 of 11 from beyond the arc, 4 of 13 for Shippensburg. The Red Raiders 4 of 4 from the foul line, the Rams 4 of 6. A 20-16 rebounding edge for Shippensburg, including 6 offensive rebounds. Shepherd has just 1 offensive rebounds. 6 turnovers for Shippensburg to just 3 assists. The Rams have 6 assists, but also 5 turnovers. That is a look at numbers from the first half.
Good timing. We're just about ready for the second half to begin. And Matt, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of liking the new Shepherd uniforms. These are new this year. I'm not sure that I've seen them in these yet. I guess you can call them alternate gray uniforms.
Jarrell Jones out top, takes it down the right side of the lane, right to the rack, and lays it up and in. He got that quick first step on Jake Biss. Biss now working into the front courts for the Red Raiders. 37-34, that Ram advantage. They'll work to Carter, low post, right side. Wanted to back his way in, instead had to give it out to Nedro. Nedro driving, and we've got a whistle. And let's see, we're going to get a foul. That may be on McLean Corley.
It is.
And it'll be his 3rd personal. And now head coach Justin Namalik has to make a decision, and he'll go to the bench and call on Cam Stevens. McLean Corley got off to that hot start, had 7 first-half points.
And you're losing a little bit of size bringing in Cam Stevens, but only an inch. Stevens listed at 6'4".
And last time out, we saw Stevens rebound the ball very well against Kutztown. Low post left side, backing his way in is Nedro. He puts it in off the glass. Luke Nedro with his first 2 points. He just went right at John Preston.
Yeah, Nedro at 6'7", driving in on the 6'3", John Preston. If they can get that matchup, they'll take that any day of the week. Thomas Lang now gives it off to Jarrell Jones.
Jones out top. Oh, lost control of the dribble. Had to give it off to Daggett. He wanted to go one-on-one. Cam Stevens on this left sideline giving to Daggett. Works into the lane now to Preston. Cutting in on the angle right side. Had the shot blocked. It'll go out of bounds and belong to the Rams. No foul called as both John Costello and Luke Nedro were there making contact with both Preston and the ball. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Lang to trigger the inbounds. The referee blew the whistle. Lang kind of had to hold his ears. Like, whoa, I was a little close there. Inbounds pass to Preston. Left side 3 off the mark. Daggett kept it alive, and Lang ran it down. Ram basketball. There's an offensive rebound. We said they only had 1 of those in the first half.
And it's the guy that triggered the inbound. Who would have thought?
Pass far side knocked out of bounds by a hustling Jake Biss. Biss, the junior from Latrobe, Pennsylvania. I believe you said there was some kind of golf connection there?
There is. Went to Greater Latrobe High School. Also, not only the hometown of one Arnold Palmer, but also the alma mater of Arnold Palmer at the high school level.
Just to the left of the lane, about foul line, extended off the dribble. Jarrell Jones could not connect on that 15-foot shot. Nice defense by the Raiders. They're the other way, down by 1, driving to the basket. Oh, the shot was blocked by Cam Stevens as Carlos Carter put it up. There you go. Stevens providing some good defense. And Shepherd with that 1-point lead. Back into the offensive end. Preston on that right wing. Sends to Daggett. To Stevens. He'll fire that 3 from this left side. He rolls around the rim and out. Nedro the rebound.
Look at Cam Stevens, the 3-point specialist for the team, shooting 40% from beyond the arc, but the last couple of games has not been able to get into a rhythm from beyond that 3-point arc.
Well, there we go again as Nedro works down low against Preston, and the 225-pound sophomore from Pittsburgh wins that battle.
And something's got to give for Shepherd defensively. That's going to be a continuous matchup. It's going to be a big problems, and it's going to be something that Shippensburg can go back to time and time again.
Kyle Daggett for 3. It rolls around and out, no good. Costello the rebound. Shippensburg with a 1-point lead, 38-37. They got the basketball. Nedro wants it. Low post, this time left side. He'll work against Daggett. He squares up, now puts it on the floor. Had it poked away, a whistle and a foul.
Not a little bit more favorable of a matchup defensively. Daggett on Nedro. Daggett a little closer to that 6'7" mark at 6'6" rather than the 6'3" John Preston.
Well, now it's going to be Gorham that has to guard him because that foul on Daggett is his 3rd. So he and McLean Corley, a pair of starters on the bench right now, and are in foul trouble early in the second half. Inbounds to Talley, low post right side. He gets his first 2 points of the night. 40-37, a 3-point Shippensburg lead.
And once again, a size disadvantage. Talley working on Thomas Lang, a 5-inch size difference down low. And obviously those two players aren't going to play near the basket all that often, but when they do, it's going to be that advantage for Shippensburg. They have the size in this game and have utilized it very well when the opportunity has presented itself.
Nice defense right now for the Raiders, and Thomas Lang deep from just right at the top of the key hits the three.
That's how you draw it up, right? Wait till there's 3 seconds on the shot clock, and in double coverage, just put up a off-balance three and knock it down. That's play one, isn't it?
Now we got a whistle and a foul away from the basketball. It'll go on John Preston. His first foul. This time down inside, trying to guard the big fella Nedro again. Now there's some clapping by Nedro in the face of Preston. Two guys kind of being separated.
And Matt, welcome into the game, Noah Wimbish. Looking at his numbers this year, Wimbish just averaging 6.9 minutes a game. He's only played 55 minutes this season and has appeared in just 9 games. He's got to play some quality minutes here.
3 ball from the right side, off the mark for John Costello, but he follows, gets his own rebound, and puts it up and in.
And Wimbish doing a good job of boxing out, just boxed out too far away from the basketball. They had a good position to grab it, just kept backing up away from it.
So the Rams back down by 2 from the right side. Jarrell Jones for 3. Hits off the mark, but he runs it down right in front of his own bench. To Wimbish, who hands it off to Lang. Wimbish now sets that screen. Lang through the double team to Gorham, to Stevens in the left corner, down to 8, down to 7 on the shot clock. Stevens trying to drive that left baseline, gives back out to Gorham. Mid-range jumper from 15 feet away off the mark. Rebound to Talley.
And Matt, not the ideal lineup for Shepherd, or not one that we've seen a whole lot this year. Gorham, Stevens, and Wimbish in the game right now. Those are guys that don't see a lot of minutes, getting some important minutes right now in a tight ball game.
There's a nice drive by John Costello, the 6'4 senior from Mars, PA, able to get to the rim and draw the foul. The foul's on Gorham, his second, team's fourth. A 3-point opportunity coming out of the timeout. We'll take a 60-second break. 15-16 to play in the game. And now Shippensburg up by 4.
To see the inspirations of Mishu's tuxedo collection, look to the sky and stars. For the jewelry itself, come to Bechtel Jewelers for the Trunk Show, November 23rd and 24th. These playful pieces are a wonderland of sparkly blacks and whites, plus other festive colors. Gems like shimmering black druzy, onyx, and ice quartz adorn silver and gold. Enjoy sophisticated everyday elegance at the Trunk Show, November 23rd and 24th, and let your inner sparkle shine. Only at Bechtel Jewelers, Route 11 South, in Wood.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
Well, Shippensburg now with a 4-point lead. Matt, looking back, that ties their largest lead of the first half when they went in front 34-30 after getting the game tied at 30. 2 minutes left in the first half when they took their first lead at 32-30. And coming out of the immediate timeout, John Costello to the line. He's got 13, looking to make it 14 points if he can complete the 3-point play, as he was fouled while making a shot right before the break in the action. Free throw up, it's good. Now the largest lead for Shippensburg, 45-40. This is an important possession right now for Shepherd. He played so well in this one, you don't want a big run to kind of take you out of it. Wimbish beyond the arc on that right side. To Preston between the circles. Jones with it on this left wing. Moving right, comes back left, again to his right. It's in the lane, sends to Preston in front of that Ram bench on the right wing to Wimbish. His 3 on the way. Got it! There you go. Noah Wimbish knocks it down.
Wimbish on the season 4 for 7 from beyond the arc, make him 5 for 8, shooting at a clip of now just over 58%.
Let's get him the ball out there a little more, huh? Carlos Carter from the left corner has his 3 come off the iron, and the rebound out of bounds belonging to Shepherd. So the Rams with a chance to tie, or with a 3 could take the lead. Wimbish stays in. Stevens goes out. P.J. Jordan into the lineup. Jordan around that screen set by Wimbish, turns and brings it back out. Jones now with it on this left wing. Off the dribble, he'll shoot for 3. It's off the back of the iron, and the rebound controlled by Talley.
Again, you say off the dribble, no movement to try to get an open 3 or to try to get somebody else open. That is settling for a shot for Jarrell Jones.
Carter giving it off to Biss on this right wing. Around that screen set by Nedro. Biss from about 18 feet away knocks it down. We've got a whistle, and we may have a foul underneath of the basket. Jarrell Jones hit the deck, so too did Nedro.
I don't think it was a foul. I think they were just both on the floor in the way, so before the clock, I think that was to stop the clock, if anything.
And got them both up, made sure everyone was all right. 47-43, the Shippensburg lead. Jordan from the top of the key, short on the 3. Rebound controlled by Carlos Carter. He'll bring it up the floor himself. Passes off to Talley from the right side. His 3 a little strong. P.J. Jordan with the rebound, and he's fouled by Costello.
Yeah, Jordan going up for the rebound, and Costello just coming right underneath of the legs of P.J. Jordan. You saw his hands go up like, I didn't touch him. Well, he didn't touch him with his hands. Got the whole body underneath the left leg of Jordan coming down with the rebound.
So it is Ram basketball, length of the floor to go, and Jordan will work it into the front court. Shepherd down by 4, 13-20 on a running second half clock. John Preston giving to Jordan. Thomas Lang pops out, but Jordan holds on to it, dribbling as he works out towards that center circle. Down to 8 on that shot clock. Jordan working into the lane, spins to his right, jump hook, wouldn't go, got his own rebound.
Got to go right back up with that basketball.
And let's see what we'll have. We got a whistle away from the ball, and we'll have the foul. And no, it was a foul, but called by the outside official on Jake Biss, reaching in defensively to try to poke that ball away.
And Jordan came down, I believe it was Nedro, or may have been Biss down low, was off balance. If Jordan just turns around immediately and keeps that ball up, he's got a wide open look from about 3 feet. Instead, puts the ball down, and now Shepherd's going to have to reset the offense.
Jarrell Jones dribbling to his left, into the lane, floats it up with the right hand. The shot is good. Jones has 9, 4 in the second half. The Rams back within 2 at 47-45. Costello with it out top to Biss. He'll pull the trigger on a 3. Shoots it up too strong, saving it from going out of bounds. Nope, Lamar Talley couldn't do it. It was the late whistle after he had already thrown it back into play, but the official says the 6'5 senior had his foot on the baseline and was unable to save it. Ram basketball, chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. 12-17 and counting. Some tension in this building right now. Jarrell Jones working down to the right baseline, banks it up and in. Who has a tough angle for the bank shot. He's got 11. Let's see what we got. We may have a warning.
I think it's going to be a warning on John Preston.
Yep, they're marking it down. Put a warning for touching the basketball after it came through the rim. So that's a delay, a game warning, basically. We got our 3rd tie of the game. We were tied at 30. Excuse me, 4th. We were tied at 2, tied at 30, tied at 40. Now tied again at 47. Jake Biss into the front court, hands it off to Carter, and as Carlos Carter was dribbling down the right side of the lane, the ball got poked away. It's out of bounds, staying with Shippensburg. Keon Hardy ready to come back in for the Red Raiders. But first, we'll have a media timeout. 11 minutes, 56 seconds remaining in the contest. We're back in 60, and we're tied at 47.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Making the decision to purchase your first or your next home is one of the biggest you'll ever make. You need local partners you can trust to make the process easy, quick, and affordable. Trust the experience and dependable professionals at CNB Bank. Our mortgage lenders and our decision makers are local, and we have the advantage of on-site underwriters. With our 9 locations in Berkeley Springs, Hedgesville, Martinsburg, Hancock, and new locations in Spring Mills and Hagerstown, we are right around the corner wherever you may be. We are CNB Bank. Welcome home.
Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. Eric Sterick running our TV10 and camera. Colin McLaughlin, our engineer, back at the studio. Ram basketball on this Wednesday night. A PSAC East showdown. Shippensburg 16-3, 12-1, sitting atop the East standings. Shepherd 9-10, 5-8. They are in the middle of the pack in the East standings, and the Rams are playing well with the Red Raiders. Inbounds pass for Shippensburg to Costello, and Wimbush gets a hand in there and knocks it right back out. He's played very well since coming in.
He has. He's, again, only averaging when he plays about 6.8 minutes a game. He's exceeded that, or is pretty darn close to exceeding that in this one.
Well, Dom Sleva cutting down the left of the lane, takes the inbounds pass and gets the easy 2. Someone fell asleep defensively for Shepherd. 49-47, the Red Raiders retake the lead. It's Jarrell Jones out top down the right side of the lane. He double clutches on the shot. Off the backboard, never got the rim. Rebound Costello, giving it off to Biss into the front court. Works to Hardy in the right corner, back to Biss. Good transition defense by Shepherd. Biss again out top to Sleva on the left wing. 3 ball up and good. Oh boy. Dom Sleva has his second 3. He's got the last 5 points and now 10 on the ball game.
Lead back out to 5 for Shippensburg, 52-47. Shepherd needs a score here, and you wonder how much longer they can go with that Thomas Lang, and not much longer. He's at the scorer's table getting ready to check in.
McLean Corley's back out there, gives to Wimbish on that far side. To Jarrell Jones. Starts into the lane, spins back to his left, put up the short shot, wouldn't go. Wimbish tips, and the rebound controlled by Biss.
I think Jarrell Jones has taken about 5 of the last 6 shots for Shepherd, trying to get near the basket, and has done a pretty good job, just hasn't gotten shots to fall.
Biss out top from straight away. He fires for 3, off the rim, off the backboard, sits on the front of the rim and drops through. Biss has 5 in the second half, 17 in the ball game. 55-47, that lead stretches out to 8. Jordan started to drive, had to back it out. Shippensburg's really playing solid defense. And now a timeout taken. John Preston controlling that dribble, and Justin Namalik says, let me have 30, please. Keep it right here with 10:14 remaining. No, wait a minute. I think they're going to go ahead and make it the full media timeout. So again, we'll take the 60-second break. 55-47. Shippensburg in front. We're back after this.
If you have been injured in an auto accident or due to someone's negligence and you want to know what your rights are, call Ferretti Law Office at 264-8505 to discuss your claim for free. Attorney Joe Ferretti is prepared to answer your questions and explain your options. Put Joe Ferretti's legal experience and history of proven results in your corner to fight the bullies from the insurance companies. At Ferretti Law Office, we're here to help you win.
For over 36 years, Green Tree Realty has been helping the Shepherdstown community find a place to call home. Our friendly team is ready to help you navigate the market and is your trusted resource, complete with a wealth of experience and local knowledge. For those looking to buy land, commercial property, or a home, we'll help you find the perfect fit. From staging and negotiations to closing and beyond, we're with you every step of the way.
John Alderton.
It's a 55-47 lead for the Shippensburg Red Raiders, who trailed by 1 at the intermission. Since we were tied at 47, it is an 8-0 run for Shippensburg. They had an 8-2 run that tied it at 30 back in that first half. Able to extend that to a 10-2 run when they took their first lead. Shepherd's yet to really put together one of those outside of the 10-2 run to open the game. They need a second spurt. McLean Corley down the left side of the lane, stops and puts up that one-hand jumper.
Good shot to get it to go, but he had Kyle Daggett immediately after the pick at the top of the key. We talked about it a bunch on Saturday. Daggett has been open a lot on the pick and roll, and his teammates just seem to put their head down and not look at the guy cutting to the basket.
Biss on this wing right side, passing off to Costello, right back to Biss. Dribbling to his left, back to his right to Costello. Right corner three on the way, got it. That's his second three on the night.
And again, I mentioned it earlier, look at the way that Costello shoots the basketball, and he is just the textbook of mechanics. He's got the perfect form with the upper body when he puts up those shots from the outside.
Kyle Daggett in the lane with that right hand, almost jump hook, but it's off the iron, and Costello grabbing that rebound. This becomes a key defensive possession because the Raiders could get a double-digit lead if they can score. Now under 10 minutes left.
Yeah, you're under 10. I think everything becomes a key possession, and a bailout foul for Shippensburg as P.J. Jordan going to pick it up. And that was going to be a case where Costello had nowhere to go with the basketball. And if a Ram can get to it, it would have been an easy trip back the other way for Jordan.
All right, now we get a under 10-minute timeout. Again, we'll take that 60-second break. 58-49, Shippensburg leading Shepherd.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
Shippensburg basketball out of the timeout, and they're working on the left wing to Costello, and he drains another three. Matty's now got 20 points.
Yeah, and he is rolling right now. He is their offense in this second half, and has been pretty productive the last couple of times at the floor, too, knocking down a couple of threes in the last couple of possessions.
Now that lead out to double digits. McLean Corley tries to answer from straight away, but his three is off the mark, and Hardy clears that rebound. Shippensburg on a run right now.
And Hardy, you can call contact if you want, but Hardy took a third step right there. And I think it was because of contact, so I would have been okay with the whistle, but there was clearly a third step taken when he came down with the rebound.
Biss from the right sideline, leaving that three-pointer short. The Rams the other way, and Jordan dribbling to the foul line, stops, pops, short off the iron. McLean Corley the rebound. He got away with a travel in the lane as he got it back to P.J. Jordan.
All right, we're back to even. His team's got away with one in the last couple of trips.
Lying into the lane, feeds to Daggett. Left corner three, up and good. Kyle Daggett with his second three of the night. He's got 10 points, 61-52. Rams pushing that deficit back under 10. They need a push right now. It's been a 14-2 run prior to that big three-pointer, allowing Shippensburg the lead. Biss off the dribble, 18-footer, off the iron, rebound McLean Corley. He's going to quickly race it up the floor to Jordan from the left corner. His three on the way, and it's good. P.J. Jordan for three. He's got 5 points, 61-55. The Rams are back within 6.
Yeah, and Shippensburg calls an immediate timeout. Coach Chris Fight knows that if you watch any film on Shepherd, again, we talked about at the beginning of the game, if they can get rolling from beyond the arc, they can erase what is a 12, 15-point deficit like it's nothing, and back-to-back threes in 2 straight trips down the floor is not ideal. So he wanted the timeout to at least slow Shepherd's momentum down, if not try to figure out what he can do defensively to change the last 2 outcomes, or at least the last 2 shots.
Again, if you missed it earlier in our pregame show, the Red Raiders have not lost since December the 20th. They are riding a 9-game winning streak. Just one loss. 12-1 their record in conference play, and that loss back in December was to Pitt Johnstown, who is currently 16-4, and they're 10-3, second currently in the PSAC West standings. So it's a tall task that the Rams are trying to accomplish here in this one.
And, man, I think looking at these standings, it is very clear that the West is going to be the side of the conference to beat when you come to tournament time. You look at the top 3 teams. You have a 12-1 IUP team, a 10-3 Pitt Johnstown team, and a 9-4 Cal UP team. And you look at the East, Shippensburg 12-1. That's the only team that is in double digits when you look at wins. No team with 9 conference wins. And the closest is Westchester at 8. So the West is going to be the team to beat when you get to the PSAC tournament.
Out of the timeout, Biss into the front court, leaves it for Talley. Now to Hardy. Around that screen that was being set by Costello. Hardy with a little up and under move. His shot rolls around and out. Rebounds tipped around. Eventually, P.J. Jordan corrals it. Ram basketball. A big defensive stop there and a big rebound.
And, Matt, I think I just saw Justin Amlick do something I've never seen before. He said, slow it down. Bring it back to about midcourt and let's set up the offense. Again, Shepherd is usually get, go, 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 go.
Terrell Jones from straight away fires that 3, didn't get it, but Preston grabs the rebound, and we got a foul on the floor. Great hustle, John Preston.
Yeah, Preston coming all the way almost across the floor to get that rebound.
That was Dom Sleva on the reach in. The foul occurs on the floor. Carlos Carter back in as Lamar Talley goes out for Shippensburg. P.J. Jordan dribbling from left to right into the lane, put it up with the right hand. Looked like some contact, no foul called. Hardy the rebound. 61-55, the lead for Shippensburg. Relatively low scoring compared to these two teams that typically want to get up into the upper 70s. Nice drive left baseline for Jake Biss for 2.
He gave a little hesitation like he was going to go and bring it back out around top, instead drove baseline and finished at the rim. Great take.
He's up to 19 points. Second only behind the 20 from Costello. McLean Corley with a left-hand dribble drive. Uses that left hand to scoop it in off the glass.
And you mentioned it earlier, he can do a lot more near the rim because of the length of his arms. He was able to use that left hand and have it almost completely extended and be a body length and an arm away from the closest defender.
Biss out top, giving it off to Carlos Carter into the lane. He right hands it up. Shot didn't go. Rebound tipped around. Preston has it. Ram basketball. Again, down by 6. 5:43 and counting. Jordan slowing it down. Coach Namalik a step out onto the floor, giving some instruction. Down to 13, down to 12, down to 11 and 10 on the shot clock. McLean Corley, a little hesitation. Down the left of the lane, shoots it up with the right hand. Strong off the glass. Hardy the rebound. It could be a breakout. Hardy going coast to coast and gets the leg in.
And how many people can go right by P.J. Jordan? Jordan step for step with him until about the last step and a half. And you saw Hardy able to get just that half step of separation and put Jordan behind him and lay it in, a soft touch off the glass.
Jordan from straight away is 3. Strong off the back of the iron. Rebound tip, Daggett controls, and Shepherd catches a break.
Yeah, very lucky. And again, settling for a 3 very early in the shot clock.
Thomas Lang still on the bench right now for the Rams. Daggett out top. Hands it off to Preston. Behind the screen set by Daggett. Preston's 3 rolls around and pops free. Costello the rebound.
Does everything but drop through the net.
65-57. Shippensburg with the lead in the ball. 4.5 minutes left in this one. Biss out top, dribbling from right to left around the perimeter, backs it out. Gives it off intended for Hardy and knocked away by P.J. Jordan. Hustling, getting into the passing lane. And Thomas Lang now back in as Jordan goes out. Well, you figure you need him in there. He's got 6 points in this ball game, well below his average of almost 19 a game. He's deadly from beyond the arc, and they got to find a way to get him heated up over the final 4+ minutes. Hardy from the left side, 18-foot jumper off the mark. Preston another rebound. He's been solid on the boards. Now Lang into the front court. to Preston on that right wing. Couple of screens set. Rams looking down low. Jarrell Jones on that right side. Works into the lane and gets that short shot to go.
Yeah, it was after he had to fight through some contact with the ball. A good defense down low and fighting through a little bit of contact with Jarrell Jones to get that shot up. And Shepherd back within 6. Again, in need of a defensive stop. We're under 4 to play.
Biss gave the ball fake at the top of the key, turns and gives it out. Top of the key, 3 on the way. Costello does it again. He's hit 4 from beyond the arc, and he's got 23 in the ball game.
I think the goal for Shepherd is to stop him from this point forward. Obviously, you haven't been able to stop him in the game, but the goal should be to stop him the last 3:20 of this ball game because he has just been lights out, especially from beyond that 3-point arc.
68-59, the lead for Shippensburg. Preston down low to Daggett off his hands, but he controls it, shoots it up strong, but gets his own rebound. Out to John Preston and a traveling violation, easy call.
Yeah, it was. Shuffled those feet, had a good look from the right wing, but I think wanted to give a little bit of hesitation and drive and just forgot to dribble the basketball.
Another timeout on the floor. We'll take a 30-second break and then be back. 3:02 to play in this one. Shippensburg in front of Shepherd, 68-59.
Ron Hawker here. You have no idea what Johnny's goes through to bring you the best seafood around. We have snow crab clusters, shrimp, crab meat, fish, all the best seafood you want at Johnny's. It's a tough job out here, but our customers are worth it. Johnny's with 2 great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 South in Chambersburg.
Is your dog driving you nuts? Does he have behavioral issues? Is she not listening? It doesn't have to stay that way forever. Hi, I'm Julie.
And I'm Josh. We own and operate Julie's Canine Academy, a family dog training business.
You are not alone, and there is hope for you and your dog. With the right training and right approach, we can help with any problem. We provide total off-leash training on our 6 acres of dog paradise in Falling Waters. Visit juliescanineacademy.com. That's Julie's, K with the number 9, academy.com.
Any dog, any breed, any problem.
Don't play again until the following Saturday, February 8th, when they'll welcome Bloomsburg to town. And then on the 12th, Westchester will come to town.
And you look at a tough road for Shippensburg. 3 of their next 4 opponents are the 3 teams right below them in the standings in Westchester, Millersville, and East Stroudsburg.
So if they're going to hang on to the top spot in the PSAC East, they're going to earn it.
Yeah.
Inbounds to Biss in the backcourt. Guarded by Jarrell Jones. Under 3 to play in this one. Biss into the front court, giving it off to Hardy. Rams trying to trap. Sleva with it out top. Sending to Hardy again on that left wing. Shot clock's down to 10. Around the screen set by Costello. Hardy down the left of the lane. Nice stop, let the defender go by, and then that little up and under move for the bucket.
And that's a case where the offense knows how much time's in the shot clock. I'm not sure Thomas Lang did. I think he assumed that was going to be the only shot opportunity with knowing the shot clock was running low and left his feet going for the block.
McLean Corley driving to the basket will get a couple of free throws. And a personal foul on Keon Hardy. It'll be his 3rd. Hardy's a junior out of Philadelphia, PA. He's got 8 points in the ball game. 2 big free throws coming for McLean Corley, who made 1 of 2 early in this ball game and misses this one long.
And when you're down by 11, if you're going to try to climb back into the ball game, you need to make the shots when the clock is not ticking.
Matt, that is the first free throw of the second half for the Rams. By the way, the Red Raiders have only shot 1, completing a 3-point play themselves. This one rolls around the rim and out. Sleva the rebound. Oh, a tough break as the Rams don't get any points.
Yeah, that hurts. Those are 2 big foul shots. They can get it back to a single-digit game, and you come away empty. As that 11-point deficit now looking even bigger, as Shippensburg going to be able to hold the basketball till inside 2 minutes. And running a perfect offense right now, really not starting the offense till under 10 seconds left on the shot clock. And Dan McLean Corley getting away with a hold down low, a loose ball. And it looked like he had the right hand of Lamar Talley down low going for that loose ball. I think he got away with one.
The ball is going to stay with the Red Raiders. They'll change that possession arrow after the inbounds. There it is. And Biss from the right corner knocks down the three.
I'm not going to say that's the dagger, but that certainly hurts.
Boy, he has hit 4 of those tonight himself. He's got 4 from beyond the arc, so too does Costello. Preston with it on that right side of the floor. He'll fire and connect. Is that a 2 or a 3? Looks like it will be a 3, up and good for Preston. He's in double figures now with 10 points. 73-62. Shippensburg with the lead in a 30-second timeout for the Shepherd Rams. It's been a tough go for this Ram team. 4 straight losses at Westchester, at Bloomsburg, at Cal, and then a really difficult one, 73-72 at home against Lock Haven. But after that, reeled off back-to-back wins before another tough 62-61 loss at Mansfield. Came back to beat Kutztown 76-63 last time out. And they have had so many of those tight, tough games. They have found a way to win only 1 or 2 of those. They have dropped them more often, and this is a similar scenario. They've played well against one of the top teams in the league, but just haven't been able to make enough plays.
And that 84-77 loss at Westchester was a much closer game until the last minute or so. So that's a game that was a tight game against the number 15 team in the country at the time in Westchester. Since then, fallen a little bit, but at that point, one of the best teams in the country.
P.J. Jordan committing the foul immediately after the inbounds. Just Ram team foul number 6. 1 more to give before they will put this Shippensburg team at the line. The inbounds to Biss. Double team coming, and the pass, wow, pulled in by Costello just before John Preston got there. And now Sleva in the front court, fouled by McLean Corley, and that'll be his 4th. It's going to come down to free throws. And as a team, Shippensburg shoots almost 80%, 79.6%.
Yeah, as a team at the D2 level, you get anywhere close to 80. That's about as good as you can get.
Sleva puts it up and through. 1, 2, 3. He's 3 for 3 tonight. 3 for 3 as well for Costello. So that's the only 2 guys that have shot foul shots. They're 6 for 6. All right, let's make it 7 for 7. Sleva gets them both. 75-61. They did go back and make that a 2-pointer, not a 3-pointer for Preston. Preston will fire the 3 this time from the left side, and it's up and good.
Yeah, that one, no question. 4 or 5 steps behind that 3-point arc on the left wing.
75-64. Shippensburg with a lead. Biss taking the inbounds, giving to Costello. In the front court to Harding, and a whistle and a foul as Preston commits the personal, his 2nd. Keon Hardy to the line. 1:01 to play in this one. Really, you're only going to foul maybe 1 or 2 more times at best.
At some point in double digits with under probably about 45 seconds left. You concede and go, you know what, this was not our night. On a night that started so strong for Shepherd.
Yeah. Hardy puts it through, an 86% foul shooter. Next one on the way, it's good. They're perfect from the line as a team tonight. 77-64, the lead at 13. Jordan into the front court, going to take it all the way to the basket. Draws contact, and we will get a foul. The outside official calls it on Jacob Biss. Not sure there was that much contact there.
No, I think that was a case where Jordan driving in threw that head back, hoping that he would get somebody to call contact, and it happened to be the furthest official away from the play.
Foul shot up and good for P.J. Jordan. 5'10", freshman guard. Look up and down this lineup. It's a young Ram team. Free throw on the way. It is good as well. He gets them both. 77-66. The deficit 11 for Shepherd. 55 seconds left. Biss in the backcourt to Costello. Back to Biss. Again to Costello near that midcourt stripe. He picks up the dribble, and a foul will be called, I believe, on Daggett. Nope, they get it on Thomas Lang. Lang's first, and would have been the 4th on Daggett. Not that that matters this late in the game.
Yeah, and coming to the line, John Costello, and if he can knock down 2 free throws here, I mean, everything I believe at this point is just cosmetic. But hoping to keep that 100% at the line for Shippensburg going now 9 for 9, Matt.
He's got 24 points right now, leading the way as Jake Biss has 23. Second free throw up, good as well. 79-66, Shippensburg with the lead. P.J. Jordan getting to the bucket and an offensive foul. They'll call Jordan for the push-off. That's a foul and a turnover. It's the fourth on Jordan. Shippensburg ball with 38.2 left. We'll hear from head coach Justin Namalik after this one as Matt Crawford will take our wireless mic and go courtside. Timeout Shippensburg, unable to get the ball in. Let's take the 30-second break. 30 seconds with 38.2 left here, and Shepherd trailing 79-66.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Shippensburg basketball, they'll give the inbounds to Lamar Talley. Talley double teamed in the backcourt. Eventually we get a
foul from, yeah, it was a jump ball called underneath. And you got to question that call. The official that is standing 2 steps away from that play calls it a jump ball on the low block. The official that is standing at mid-court calls it a foul. Again, not saying there wasn't contact there. I'm not close enough to the play to see it. But I would assume that if there was that much contact, the official 2 steps away could probably see it.
More than likely. Free throw off the right side of the rim, no good. Double bonus for Lamar Talley, the senior from Camden, New Jersey. Misses the first foul shot of the night for the Red Raiders. This one's on the way and it's good. All right, he redeems himself. 80-66. Shippensburg on their way to their 17th win in 20 games. Jordan working into the lane. Short spinning jumper up and good. Philip Jordan now has 9 points, almost a steal on the inbounds, but Costello has it in the front court to Talley. Shepherd going to call off any fouls, and our final score is going to be 80-68. Talley's going to dribble out. The final now down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you hear the horn, and it is a final as Shippensburg will get the win over Shepherd, 80-68. The Red Raiders now 17-3. They're 13-1 in the PSAC East standings, while the Shepherd Rams fall to 9-11, now 5-9 in the conference standings. We'll go ahead and take our regular 2-minute timeout, and that'll give Matt a chance to head courtside. He'll get a hold of head coach Justin Namalik, and we'll hear from him when we come back. We'll run the numbers from this one as well as we get into our post-game show. It's Shepherd Ram basketball on TV 10.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
Evolving what we try to do as physicians and as a health system and organization is the mission of WVU Medicine, and it's an exciting mission to be a part of.
With the knowledge and the years of practice that they've put into this institution, you know, they know a lot. They can help you, and they've helped me a lot.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
You care about your car, so you take it to the best mechanic. You love your dog, so you take it to a vet you trust. So why go with just anyone when it comes to your insurance? With a local Allstate agent, you get expert advice you can trust and the best coverage for you. And because they live in your community, You can always count on them to be there when you need them the most.
Call Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large one-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery, anthonysmenu.com.
Welcome back into the Butcher Athletics Center, where it's been a split in today's doubleheader action. The Shepherd women getting the victory earlier by a 78-71 final over Shippensburg in the men's game. Now the Shepherd Rams got off to the good start, but just could not keep it going throughout the entire game and ultimately fall by a final of 80-68. Matt Miller with you. Matt Crawford has gone down courtside, and he's going to talk with Ram head coach Justin Namalik coming up here in just a moment. Eric Sterick running our TV10 camera. Colin McLaughlin is back at the studio. Well, as Shepherd got off to that fast start, as we mentioned, they took the lead at 10-2 after the game was tied for the first time at 2 apiece. That 8-0 run had Shepherd out in front. They were able to keep that lead out to about 8 until Shippensburg worked their way back to within 3 at 18-15. They got to within a point at 18-17, but again, Shepherd able to hold them off. The Rams able to push the lead back out to a few points here and there, and well, they had a lead at 6, 28-22, but that's when an 8-2 run gave us our second tie of the game at 30, and a bucket for Shippensburg with 2 minutes to play in the first half gave them their first lead at 32-30. They made it 34-30, but the Rams scored the final 5 points of the first half. Shepherd went into the locker room with a 35-34 advantage. Early part of the second half really was kind of back and forth as Shepherd and Shippensburg were tied at 40. The Red Raiders then pushed a 4-point lead out to 44-40, made it 45-40. The Rams fought their way back, and we had another tie at 47. But it was at that point that Shippensburg took over for good, a 14-2 run, able to push that tie game out to a 61-49 advantage. And, well, in the end, Shippensburg doing what they needed to do, hitting free throws down the stretch, and the Rams just could not keep up as they fall by 12, 80-68, that final score. Looking at some of the team numbers, we'll give you the individual totals after we get a chance to hear from Ram head coach Justin Namalik. But team totals, not bad on the boards for Shepherd. They were out-rebounded by 2, 35-33, and ultimately the Rams ended up with 9 offensive rebounds to 7 for Shippensburg. Turnovers, 6 for the Red Raiders, 7 for the Rams. Shepherd had just 2 second-half turnovers, while Shippensburg did not turn the ball over a single time in that second half. 10 assists for Shippensburg to their 6 turnovers. The Rams had 10 assists as well with their 7 turnovers. Free throw shooting, the Rams went to the line only 10 times, knocked down 6 of those, while Shippensburg was 12 for 13 from the foul line. 3-point shooting, 10 of 24 for Shippensburg. That is 42%, while the Rams shot just 32% as they knocked down 8 in 25 attempts. Field goal percentage overall, 29 of 60 for Shippensburg as they shoot 48%. The Rams took 3 more shots at 63, but made 2 fewer baskets, knocking down 27 of those 63, shooting roughly
He is not happy.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee-wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. A hearty meal of 12 pieces for just $9 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's Local Market.
Individual totals in this one. Matt John Costello, 25 points to lead the way, including 4 of 7 from beyond the arc, 22 more. Keon Hardy added 10 points, pacing Shippensburg.
Yeah, and it was really the two-headed attack of Biss and Costello, and really it was Biss a lot in that first half. He had a strong first couple of minutes in that second half, but you look at what Costello was able to do, 4 for 7 from beyond the arc, and just really knocking big shot after big shot down in the heart of the second half of play.
Rounding out the scoring 3 for Lamar Talley, 4 for Carlos Carter, 4 as well for Luke Nedro. Now, for the Shepherd Rams, 4 players went in double figures, but the high output, 13 points from Jarrell Jones. John Preston had 12. Dan McLean Corley with 11 and 10 for Kyle Daggett. Shepherd just didn't get enough scoring in this game.
No, they didn't. When Thomas Lang has 6 total points, went 2 for 3 from the field, so not a whole lot else he could do other than be able to get some more shots up. But when we said it in the pregame, as he goes, the team goes, and he didn't go tonight.
No, not at all. Rounding out the scoring for the Rams, as you mentioned, Lang with 6. 9 for P.J. Jordan, just missing double figures. Marcus Gorham had 4 off the bench, and Noah Wimbish came in and knocked down a big three-pointer at that time in the game. Well, there you go. A look at some individual totals. We had the team totals earlier. The big total right now, 17-3, the record for Shippensburg, 13-1 in the conference. Shepherd falls to 9-11. They are 5-9 in the PSAC standings. Next up for these two teams, back home for Shippensburg on Saturday, it's East Stroudsburg coming to town, while for the Shepherd Rams on the road at Lock Haven, we heard Coach Namalik say, felt like that was a game they should have won. Let's see if they can get the victory this time around.
Yeah, and that's a game that you weren't here for. Jason Colrick and I had the call of that game, and 100% a game they should have won. It was a game, like we've talked about with this Shepherd team, where they had a lead of double digits at that under 4 media timeout and just could not hold on for the victory. So hoping for a different outcome on the road.
All right, we'll see how that one plays out. Next up for, well, the Ram website, shepherdrams.com, you'll be able to catch the broadcast, and that should be Avery Newport carrying that one on February the 8th when Bloomsburg is in town. TV10 will be off on high school basketball that evening, and so our next broadcast, Matt, looks like it will be February the 12th when Westchester is in town, and that will be another tough matchup.
Yeah, not going to be easy, but Shepherd competitive when they were at Westchester the last time out.
Sounded like old...
I don't know, old what?
Jay Gruden there. Out there competing.
Out there competing. Competitors competing.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for us. A special thanks to each of our sponsors for supporting our coverage of Ram basketball. We thank you for joining us here on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube, as well as through the Shepherd Ram website. Thanks to Sports Information Director Chip Ransom, to Melanie Ford, and all of the folks and staff here at the Butcher Athletic Center for all of their help and support with our broadcast coverage. Colin McLaughlin as our engineer back at the studio. Eric Sterick running the camera tonight for Matt Crawford. I'm Matt Miller. Reminding you, finals tonight in the women's game. Shepherd gets the win over Shippensburg, 78-71 in the men's game. Shippensburg takes out Shepherd, 80-68. Until next time, so long, everyone.
featuring the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference and your Shepherd University Rams. Today's game has been brought to you by Hagerstown Ford. We deliver to your home. FordofHagerstown.com. Panhandle Dumpsters, because you have a choice. PanhandleDumpsters.com. The Mirius Group. Start planning for a brilliant future. The Joe Ferretti Law Office in downtown Martinsburg, delivering first-rate service and results for our clients. Green Tree Realty, a great place to call home. Jackie Lewis Broker. GreenTreeRealty.com. Mike Folk for Governor. Accountable, ethical, responsible. Folk4WV.com. And by Smallwood & Small, an Erie affiliate. Total Insurance Solutions. TV10 thanks you for watching today's presentation of Shepherd University Rams basketball. All rights reserved.